athletes take the field for the biggest franchise cricket tournament in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
But if you tune in, you are going to notice something immediately different.
Yeah, quite a bit different, actually.
Right. There will be no opening ceremony, no fireworks lighting up the Bengaluru sky. And, I mean, perhaps even more surprising, the highest paid players stepping onto the pitch across this tournament aren't all global superstars.
Not at all.
Some of them are guys who have literally never played a single international game.
It's wild.
It really is. The 19th edition of the Indian Premier League is officially here, and getting to this opening night of the 2026 season has required navigating just a complete structural overhaul of the sport.
Absolutely.
We are talking about trades that have totally scrambled the league's DNA, a bizarre news schedule format, and, an off-season financial arms race that fundamentally altered the market value of a cricketer.
Right. It changed everything.
So, your mission for this deep dive. We are giving you the ultimate cheat sheet. We're going to sift through all the off-season chaos and extract exactly what you need to know before the first ball is bowled tonight. Okay, let's unpack this, because we aren't just looking at the surface-level hype today. We want to understand the actual mechanics driving this year's tournament.
Which is really the only way to look at this season. I mean, if you want to actually understand it, this isn't just about cricket anymore.
No.
No, it's a fascinating study in high-stakes economics, right?
Well,
and strategy. The game you're going to watch tonight is just the final output of this massive, ruthless machine that front offices have been building for months.
the machine behind the match, I love that. So let's start with the immediate reality of the opener itself. Tonight at 7:30 a.m. IST, which, by the way, you can catch on Star Sports or stream on Jio Hotstar.
Yep.
We are at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium, defending champions Royal Challengers Bengaluru taking on Sunrisers Hyderabad. And we really have to look at the context surrounding RCB right now, because in 2025, they finally did it.
It really did.
They defeated the Punjab Kings to win their maiden title. I mean,
Right.
ending a decade and a half of heartbreak for that fan base.
Yeah, the emotional release was just historic.
It was. But that peak is inextricably tied to what happened next, which, it explains the somber reality of tonight's match.
It does. And it's a heavy context to bring into an opener.
Yeah.
There is no opening ceremony this year.
Yeah.
The BCCI canceled it, the Bollywood performances, the light shows, all of it. And this was done as a direct mark of respect for the 11 fans who tragically lost their lives in a stampede in Bengaluru during those exact title celebrations last year.
It's just an incredible emotional whiplash to process,
Definitely.
You achieved this impossible, long-awaited dream, and it is immediately followed by a devastating real-world tragedy in your own city, among your own supporters.
Yeah, it changes everything about the atmosphere.
Taking the field at the Chinnaswamy as defending champions for the first time should be purely triumphant. But instead, it's going to be heavy. I mean, how does a team even process that? Taking the field without the usual fanfare.
Well, they're carrying the weight of the crown, but they're also carrying the weight of their community's grief.
Right.
And that is just a difficult baseline to navigate for any locker room. The captain has to find a way to honor that tragedy while still focusing on the fierce demands of the game.
Which doesn't stop.
Exactly. The machine keeps moving. While tonight has a unique emotional weight, tomorrow, the rest of the season kicks into gear. And it's going to be defined by a grueling 74-match marathon with a structure we have literally never seen before.
Oh, man, that structure is exactly why those front offices were panicking this offseason. The logistics are just a beast.
They really are.
The league has maintained its 10-team roster since 2022, but the geographic footprint has exploded. Teams are now playing across 13 different venues. We aren't just rotating through the massive metros anymore.
Right. The secondary bases are heavily in the mix.
Exactly. Rajasthan Royals are playing games in Guwahati. Punjab Kings are up in Dharamshala. RCB is even taking matches to Raipur. Add to that, the workload has jumped to 16 league matches per team. But the format twists the rule that dictates who you play in those 16 matches. That is what completely upends traditional sports scheduling.
What's fascinating here is how entirely counterintuitive this new rule is.
It makes no sense at first glance.
Right. So the teams are divided into Group A and Group B. Group A features CSK, KKR, Rajasthan Royals, RCB, and Punjab Kings.
Okay.
Group B has the Mumbai Indians, SRH, Gujarat Titans, Delhi Capitals, and Lucknow Supergiants.
Yeah.
Now, normally in sports, you play the teams in your own division the most, right, to build rivalries?
Exactly. But under this new rule, you play the teams in your own group exactly once, and you play the teams in the opposite group twice.
Yeah, just
I mean, it's like a bizarre neighborhood watch system. You wave to the people on your own street once a year, but for some reason, you are constantly crossing town to hang out in the subdivision on the other side of the city.
that's a great way to put it.
If I am in Group A, why am I spending twice as much time fighting Group B? Does it just make the groups essentially meaningless?
On the surface, the math feels totally backward, but strategically, it forces teams to adapt in ways they've never had to before.
How so?
Think about the massive variety of conditions across those 13 venues. Dharamshala is high altitude, thin air, the ball seams around.
Right.
Then you have Chennai, which is low, humid, gripping spin tracks. If you're in Group A and you know you have to play every Group B team twice, meaning home and away, you cannot just build a specialized roster tailored to your own small group of opponents.
Oh, I see. You have to build a team that can survive anywhere.
Precisely. You need elite spin for Lucknow, but raw pace for Dharamshala.
So you need like a multi-terrain vehicle of a squad.
That's exactly it. And building that multi-terrain vehicle to survive a 16-game gauntlet is exactly why we saw the most absurd financial arms race in IPL history.
Oh, the trades were unbelievable. I mean, to survive this chaotic schedule, teams engaged in completely chaotic roster building.
We saw foundational identity shift.
Yes. Ravindra Jadeja leaving Chennai Super Kings to join the Rajasthan Royals. Sanju Samson leaving Rajasthan to head to CSK.
Those two trades set the entire tone. You're swapping franchise captains.
It's ruthless. But as shocking as the trades were, the pure economics at the auction were wilder. We have to talk about the 20 Crore Club.
Ah, yes. The 20 Crore Club.
For the first time ever, 7 different players are earning over 20 crore rupees this season. At the auction, Cameron Green became the most expensive overseas buy in history. KKR dropped 25.20 crore to secure him.
Shattering Mitchell Stark's old record.
Right. But here's the crazy part. Despite Green generating all those headlines, he's actually out-earned by 3 guys who didn't even go to the auction. They stayed exactly where they were.
The retained players.
Yeah. Venkatesh Iyer was retained by KKR for 25.75 crore. Shreyas Iyer retained by Punjab Kings for 26.75 crore. And sitting at the absolute summit, Rishabh Pant, retained by LSG for a staggering 27 crore.
Which is just, it's astronomical.
Yeah.
But if you look at the economics, what you're seeing here is the institutionalization of the certainty tax.
Okay, the certainty tax. Break that down for me, because why pay a player 27 crore to stay when the absolute highest price anyone paid on the open market was 25.2?
Because the auction is incredibly volatile. It's driven by emotion, sudden inflation, and desperate bidding wars.
True.
If you let a core player, especially an Indian captain or a primary wicketkeeper batter, enter that open pool, 2 desperate front offices might easily push his price past 30 crore.
Wow, you think it could go that high?
Easily. Or worse, you get outbid and lose your franchise's identity entirely. So management looks at Rishabh Pant and decides to willingly pay a premium higher than the open market record, specifically to avoid the chaos of the paddle. They're paying for guaranteed leadership and core stability. That is the certainty tax.
Okay, I follow the logic. You lock down the foundation of your house so you aren't bidding against strangers to keep your own living room.
Exactly.
But I have to push back on this. Is any single player actually worth 27 crore? I mean, T20 cricket has so much variance.
It does, yes.
I compare it to buying a $20 million Hollywood actor for a movie, right? But there's a chance the actor accidentally trips, walks off the set in the first 5 minutes, and the movie just has to continue without them.
Right, getting out for a duck.
Yes. You pay Rishabh Pant 27 crore, he gets an unplayable first ball Yorker, and your massive investment is just sitting in the dugout watching the rest of the game.
The risk is massive. You're absolutely right. But franchises calculate that over a grueling 16-game season, elite talent eventually delivers. If the 20 Crore Club is about paying for certainty, the real excitement, the real gamble, was the millions spent on pure, unproven potential.
Oh, the uncapped players. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yes, it does.
An uncapped player is someone who hasn't played a senior international game yet. Historically, they come in with a base price of, what, 20 to 50 lakh?
Usually, yes. Very humble beginnings.
But this year, the bidding wars for domestic guys were explosive. CSK broke the bank for 2 players, Kartik Sharma and Prashant Veer.
14.20 crore. each.
Each. It is insane. They are making more than established world-class stars. I mean, Liam Livingstone went for 13 crore, Mustafiz Rahman went for 9.2.
And you have guys who have never faced an international delivery earning more than World Cup veterans.
Delhi Capitals paid 8.4 crore for Akhabdar. RCB dropped 5.2 crore on Mangesh Yadav. I look at this and I immediately think of angel investing in a tech startup.
That's a perfect analogy.
You aren't paying for what the company is doing right now. You're buying the hype of the next big app before it goes public.
And just like startups, the bust rate is high, but front offices are terrified of missing out. They look at domestic tournaments like the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, they see the data, and they make the leap. Because we've seen startups become unicorns.
Right.
Hardik Pandya was bought for 10 lakh in 2015. Jasprit Bumrah was an unknown teenager. Surya Kumar Yadav spent years as an uncapped prospect.
The potential is huge. But speaking of uncapped players, we have to mention the Dhoni loophole.
Yes. The greatest administrative maneuver of the year.
CSK retained MS Dhoni for just 4 crore by classifying him as an uncapped player. How is that even legal?
It's an old rule. If an international player hasn't played international cricket for 5 years, they revert to uncapped status for the auction.
And Dhoni's retirement crossed that 5-year mark.
Exactly. They lobbied to enforce it, saved 20 crore, and used that money to fund those massive 14 crore angel investments in the rookies.
It's brilliant. So as you settle in tonight, you have the full picture. You understand the heavy atmosphere for RCB without the opening ceremony, the chaotic new cross-group schedule, the massive 27 crore retentions, and those incredible 14 crore gambles on uncapped rookies.
It's going to be fascinating to watch. But, I think there's a deeper psychological question here for you to ponder as the tournament unfolds.
Oh, what's that?
We know what a 14.20 crore price tag means for a player's bank account. What does it do to their psychology?
That's a great point.
Right. When a young, uncapped player steps onto the pitch tonight knowing they are valued higher than seasoned international veterans, does that financial armor make them play fearlessly? Or does the weight of that price tag crush them before they face their first ball?
Wow. Does the unicorn contract break the player before they even start? That is a brilliant thought to leave on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Grab your snacks, find your favorite screen, and enjoy the opening weekend action.